Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, we are discussing Agatha, Season 1, Episode 4. If I can't reach you, let my song teach you. All that and more after this.
Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. My name's Matthew Carroll.
And I'm Jeff Randall.
And I'm Ashley Coffin.
And I hit S's like they stole something.
So what did you guys... can I go first? I just think this is my favorite episode.
Ashley first. Sorry.
No, chomping at the bit, or however you say it. Is that right?
Yeah. It's either chomping or champing, and I think it's I think it's like one of those everybody says chomping, but it's actually champing.
Champing at the bit.
No,
the actual etymology.
I would never
chomping.
say that.
It's a horse being excited to go. They have a bit in their mouth, and they're
There is a reason I thought I was wrong. I'm telling you, I think Matt's on to the champing. You know when you say something and you're halfway done, you're like, oh no. I'm not really sure about this. That happens to me like 80% of my day.
Well, we're podcasters. It happens to us all the time. And it's always like, it's like walking on a tightrope. See, I can't even say the thing.
Walking on a tight walk?
That was like tight wire, which is not really how you say that. Okay. This episode, Agatha, episode 4. We're going to get into it.
Yep.
My favorite episode so far. Awesome. Nice. Really, really freaking awesome. I love this episode.
It was a ton of fun.
Not only a ton of fun, and dang sexy, these outfits.
Sexy.
Like,
very sexy.
The whole time I was watching, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to talk about this episode. This episode might be Gal Gadot for me.
Oh, no. Yeah. Good. We could use some more 1-stars. Let's go. No, do it.
For sure.
No.
Well, and yes. And I loved Agatha walking in and seeing her outfit, like, cut down almost J-Lo style. And being like, oh, look at me.
Madam.
And Aubrey Plaza, I've always loved her. I always have found her to be just like really capturing in everything she's in. She's really captivating is the word I'm looking for. See, I got myself psyched out. I'm saying all the words wrong.
Are you flustered?
Yeah, since I got to the 70s vibe, I'm flustered. But no, when she walked on screen, before we even got there, and she's just in her torn up Green Witch vibe, not only, yes, gorgeous, but like something about her in this, I don't know. I've always thought she was great, but in this, she's really taken on a really powerful presence that I haven't really seen her do before. At least like from the moment she walks on screen, I was just like, she's stealing everything, every moment she's in, you know? Yep. I was really, really impressed with her.
Thief in the night.
Yes.
Every scene.
Just get that little rogue's dagger, thief in the night.
She just wants to kill people. I love it.
Yeah, apparently she just wants the bodies.
She's skipping down the path.
More Wizard of Oz references.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's so much that we learn about her, and we learn nothing. The fact that she's a tourist, what does that mean? She doesn't seem scared of the road. She's the only one not scared of the road, which makes me think as we've discussed in the past, I don't know if she's human. Like, I think something's going on there. Like, she seems like she does not fear the road hurting her, which makes me think not mortal.
Well, she's the original Green Witch. So what does that mean? Is she like Mother Earth? Like, I don't know, the ultimate witch?
Didn't you say that in a previous episode, Jeff?
Yes, I did call Gaia a while ago.
I don't think that's it. But man, that would be a great call. When she says she's the Green Witch, I was like, oh, Gaia, there you go, Jeff.
There's another, like, there's a couple of theories, though, because, like, they may be giving us hints or red herrings, depending with their promotional material, because there were a bunch of images of tarot cards that they had in their promo material going into it, and the card Death that they showed has that same dagger that Rio has, that same curved dagger.
And I believe there's one of Rio sitting in a chair holding one of the tarot cards. I don't know if it's Death or if it's another one. I want to say it is Death. But that could just mean that she wants to collect the bodies, which we apparently found out this episode. So even if she's not Death proper, she could just be a witch with certain power and doesn't fear the road. She's a little chaotic energy where she has fear for her own life because she's...
Everything goes back to the earth.
Yeah, everything is returned to the earth.
Mm-hmm. Dust to dust, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's if she's Gaia or if she's Death, like if she's the like cosmic embodiment of either of these things, she's super powerful and has nothing to fear from the road.
No.
Yeah. Well, like there's nothing can hurt her there.
The thing that makes me think none of that's it, and we go back to her theory we had episodes ago with her, and I think Servant of Mephisto, because she said, I had to do something to someone that I didn't want to do, and I'm assuming take her child.
I had to do something that I didn't want to do because it was my job.
Yeah, because it was my job. Gaia doesn't have a job. I don't know. I guess she does. Like, whatever.
She probably wouldn't like be answering to somebody.
Exactly. It seemed that Rio is answering to someone.
Or was at that time.
Maybe. Or if she's Death, then if Agatha had to sacrifice her kid for the book, then Rio would have to take, or the Death would have to take that kid from her.
Yeah. Well, there's a line early on to, I think she's Death. I think she's Death, and here's why. When Sharon is lying on the ground and is dead, Agatha says, I didn't think she had this in her. Which I think that either she's Death. I thought from that moment that she somehow orchestrated Sharon's death to make them summon her. And they said when they did the summoning spell to get a Green Witch, from the road, anything could go wrong. Like, they don't think that spell should work there. So what if that spell was intercepted by some other being that wasn't a Green Witch, wasn't a human, and emerged from the ground, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few...
She was just waiting.
Death is super powerful. You know what? Okay, so I keep thinking back to episode 1 when Rio and Agatha are fighting in her house, and you know they have that like, you can't kill me, it's not allowed.
Yeah,
sorcerers and witches have a frequent thing that they do where they make a bargain with Death, and that extends their livelihood.
Clearly, all these witches are 200 and 400 and 600 years old.
Hundreds of years old.
So surely they all have a deal with Death of some sort.
Yeah. Or, they've used magic to extend their lifespan, maybe, but it could just be she made a deal with the embodiment of Death. Yeah, she made a deal saying, I will bring you bodies on bodies on bodies, just don't come for me. And as long as you honor that bargain, I'll send Death your way, or I'll send, the bodies that want your way.
I don't have to die, but I can kill others, and you get to take them down instead of me, like trading other lives for your own life, which maybe that's what happened. Maybe she made that deal at some point and didn't realize that it would be her son would be the first to go. Or something like that. Like, you have to supply the bodies, and then her son dies, and Rio takes it, and that's what she had to do.
I think that the son being taken is probably a different... Like, it was a different deal that was made. Like, the deal with Death... Yeah, like, the deal with Death was longer ago. Yeah. And then it's like, hey, I need more power. I want the Darkhold. Let me... say like, take the thing that's closest to me. And then Rio's like, you idiot, that's your freaking kid. Like, why would you say that? Now I have to take the kid.
Right. Like, if she is the servant, like, even if she is a version of Death, or maybe there are many Deaths, like she's just one of the Reapers or whatever. And like, she has a deal with whatever entity would pull her down, maybe like a Mephisto character. And then
she's a shepherd.
She had to be the sort of bureaucrat who's like, I'm sorry, you made the deal. I've got to do it,
Rules are rules. We are all bound by rules.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules, I just enforce them.
So all this stuff about Rio's character, Rio, is just really exciting to me. Mostly because I'm loving the performance of Rio, and I love her chemistry with Agatha. But the thing that really got me this episode more than anything else was the fact that the song the ballad version of the ballad ended up being a protection spell. Like I found myself crying because of like how beautiful that was. The idea that like her entire career, her mom was on the road all the time making the song famous, and her entire career that she felt like she was leaving her behind. She wasn't ever there for her. The whole reason was she wanted to make sure no one ever stopped singing the song. That song would be playing somewhere at all times to keep her from dying. And her mom died in a fire. Like we saw what happened when that demon landed on anything. It was catching flames everywhere. Yep. So that demon killed her mom.
In a hotel fire.
Or it was just a curse, which that's interesting to see, like an embodiment of a curse.
Yeah, for sure. I guess demon, curse, two different things, but
yeah. Fun makeup.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely thought that was something different when I saw it in the trailers, and I was like, oh, it's just a curse. It's going to be gone really fast. That was pretty cool.
It was really cool.
Can't that just be something that's chasing them the whole time that they have to run from forever?
Hey, the monkey, the monkeys from Wizard of Oz. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was it wasn't dissimilar from that.
Well, if you remember in the trailer for the show, there was that like attic slumber party kind of looking scene.
Yeah.
And so
how about the Raimi shots? The like flying around and going through. I was like, oh, this is very Raimi. Yep. I see what you guys are doing.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What's the witch that makes face creams or whatever? Is that Alice? Is that right?
No, that's Jen.
No, Alice is
Jen.
Alice is the protection witch.
Jen in that outfit. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it just such a similarity, but she looked so much like Donna Summer.
It was probably
like
they were all channeling.
Yeah, I'm guessing all of their outfits were a specific 70s musician, and I'm not familiar enough with all of them.
Very Janis Joplin.
Oh yeah. But that Donna Summer, like it was so familiar to me. I started looking online to see if like one of her, like that dress and that floral thing was one of her album covers or something, because I couldn't find it. It looked so familiar to me though.
Fashion. See, Matt, you're starting to look at the hair and the fashion. It's working.
It's happening.
You gave it a goog and oh my god.
Look, he's growing up. They grow up so fast.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. This is a little dirty, but the Donna Summer song "Love to Love You Baby" that made her famous. Mm-hmm. Whoever produced that song, and I'm spacing, but whoever produced that song took it home for the weekend. It's that song's like "Ooh, love to love you, baby." Mm-hmm. He took it home to like see how the song was, to test it out, as it were, and then he came back. He's like, we need a longer version. And basically like funny. It was a sexy song he was using for sexy times. And so they put out a record that an entire side of it was just like that, like a long ass version of Love to Love You Baby. Yeah.
I'd get that.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Even Teen was like glowed up, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Like, everyone was just beautiful in this 70s glow up. I was like, do I have a thing for a 70s vibe? Like,
yes.
Why is everybody so attractive?
So, and he's part of the coven now, I guess, because he got attacked, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's
probably not.
I don't think that's true necessarily, but he thought that. He thought that at least.
Blessings and what was the other thing?
Blessings and the curses or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. Because like it was the good and the bad, basically. Like we share blessings and burdens. That's what it is. Blessings and burdens alike.
Yeah.
And then
Lilia said, not a lot of blessings
much in the way of blessings with this group.
I really like Lilia. She's just so feisty. I really like when they're all talking about who Rio is, and they're like, ooh, she's so dangerous and charismatic. And then someone says, this is some other version of that. That I really loved all of it. Like they all kind of say things about her, and then it gets to Lilia, and she's like, "What a crazy bitch."
Yeah.
I love the line of like, am I afraid of her or do I want her phone number?
Yeah, that's everybody right now.
And it's like, well, Yes.
That's the other one, yeah. I'm either scared of her or I want her phone number.
She's like, I remember everything that you said in the phone booth. Like, I remember everything that you said about taking our bodies.
Don't think I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
yeah.
I love a
nothing.
kiss.
She's so
There's
good.
nothing else that you can do to respond to that other than just be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, more evidence that Rio is death, or a Reaper. There's a moment when they think the teen is going to die. He's got a stabbed mark in his side. He's fallen there, and Agatha looks. Lilia says, "He's young. He's strong. He'll make it," or something like that. And she says, "Don't placate me." But then she turns to Rio and softens immensely and says, "Don't."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is something you would say to your friend Death if you were standing there. Yeah,
Yep.
I think she's.
So
I
do you
she's a
think
Reaper
Jen
of some sort.
saved her? Or no? That Rio didn't let it happen?
No. Ooh.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
That is a good question. Like, was it actually Jen? Or was it Jen was doing stuff and Rio was just like,
I don't mean to be a picky poo, but I just need water and moonlight. Okay. Excuse me.
The power was inside you all along.
Who knew that if you get seriously injured, all you need is water and moonlight, and just record the, remember what she said. It was very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon, water,
I was like,
and
what?
Latin.
What? Okay.
You just, Ashley, how much
Fine, I'm
moon
just
water do
gonna
you have
brew
just laying around?
So much.
That
So much. Every full moon you put
you could
3
cut an
bottles out.
arm off and put it back. It just
need a
speaking
little
some
moon
Latin
water.
and pouring water
So
on
easy to
it.
make.
I mean,
And you got it on a full moon, so it's even more powerful.
So powerful. But yeah, I was like, it's okay. It's fine. Just keep going. That is convenient, honey.
Yep.
We learned a little bit more about her with the fact that she was a midwife and got suckered into going to this whatever symposium where they thought she was going to speak to this obstetrics society, and then it was a trap, and they bound her. But they said, "How did he bind me without magic?" And I'm wondering if, I don't know. We talked about it last episode, or we were talking about that they used to do lobotomies to the inconvenient women or whatever. Like maybe that happened.
He was in the right time period of clothes.
Right. Maybe he just did something. Maybe he did something to her that caused her to stop using her powers. Like stop thinking she had the power to use them. Earlier in that earlier episode, she said he took my power or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny for a bunch of people who don't have power. Everybody seems like they have some powers, right?
Right.
Well, you get everybody together and you get a group
Because
of
her,
witchy enough
Agatha's like, I
people
don't
it
have powers. I'm like,
sparks.
what's all of this then?
Yeah. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
I do like how this episode, I feel like really showcased the Halloween spooky witch vibe of the road with the trees and the moon. And it was like autumn leaves. It turned back to blue at the end, which I really also liked, but I do like the set design is fabulous.
Yeah. I heard something this week that this is the most profitable Disney Plus show yet or something because
because it's the lowest budget.
Cost to streaming.
Oh, they're doing stage performance. It's backdrops and trees.
That's the thing. Everything so far has been a bottle episode. They're always in one location, in one room, basically. And then the road is the connective tissue between those rooms. And if you notice this episode, when they see a house in the background, it's like a matte painting or something. And then they just jump to the door. And so once you're to the door, they don't even have to show what's around the house, So it's like a very, very clever editing to make it just
It's how
really
they made
cheap
old
to make.
movies.
Yeah.
They're doing all of those tricks and saving a ton of money on it.
It's those WandaVision people. They're like, put the pots on strings. No one's going to care.
No one's going to, they're going to love it.
And we did.
And we did. We absolutely did. We love the aesthetic. And then, just showing a door and being the thing that I love so far is that, the two doors that they've shown, the two front doors that they've shown have been like, hey, it's the moon in all of its phases. And this one is water. And this one is fire. So it's like, let's we're just going to give a little hint as far as like what the trial is going to look like and just kind of set everybody up so that there's an expectation that fire's going to show up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love that they're planting that seed and then just being like, okay, and how are we going to do it? You don't know. We could do anything. Oh, it's the set's on fire. Set's on fire.
Yeah, set's on fire.
Who do you think's next?
Oh, who would be next? We've gotten
probably Jen.
We've gotten trials of okay.
We already had Jen, right?
Oh, she was the first one.
She was the potions.
Lillian.
It seemed like Alice recognized. Like this one was very focused on Alice, but Alice recognized that house.
I thought maybe it was like her mom, like her house. It looked like her mom's like a pop star. It looked like a very nice house, and it looked.
Yeah, well, it was like a recording studio too, though.
Yeah.
So yeah,
which
house could be. Yeah.
That's why she's like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, it looked like she recognized it. She's like, nope, pass. Turn around. And then, got the old switcheroo because the road disagrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how did that get there? Gotta stop asking that question.
Yep. Was that there before?
In this version of The Witch's Road, I think they both end with I'll see you at the end. I think that other one ends with that too. But in this one, it really harped on it. It was like the last minute of the song was just a long, I'll see you at the end, I'll see you at the end, I'll see you at the end. And I wondered, since this song, if you listen to the lyrics, it's very much like her mom not only doing this protection spell, but she's writing it to her daughter. She keeps talking about like, even if I don't get to see you, all this stuff. Then it ends with I'll see you at the end. I'm really wondering if that's foreshadowing that we will see her mom at the end of the road, which, maybe that's what she wants.
So.
I think it could be.
Too. Well, it would just be her spirit, though, because she said she was dead.
Yeah. Unless you can get back someone, if you can get whatever you want at the end of the road.
Then,
if that's what you want. Can you bring back someone from the dead?
She gets to the end of the road. She doesn't actually want her mom back. She wants like a chocolate bar or something. Yeah. And her mom's spirits.
I'm sure that's what she's doing this for.
Come on. I wrote this whole damn song.
Speaking of really poignant moments, a lot of the mom, but then like this reminded me of what is grief but love persevering, like that line from WandaVision. I really liked sad is better than angry. Spoken from Lilia. Like that's that was really good. Really, really good.
I mean, depends. That depends.
It depends.
It's probably better for you, but I take anger over feeling sad.
Yeah, I hear you. And I think that's
Agatha.
What I think she's speaking to there is like the wisdom of that. And I think there is wisdom to that. I think the wisdom of, as Will Smith said, hate in your heart will consume you too.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's from something else, but I only know it from Just the Two of Us by Will Smith.
That's right.
Wow.
We can make it if we try.
That's deep cut there, Matt.
Sorry.
Hashtag deep.
I like that song when I was 12 or whatever.
Yeah, right.
If we do Lilia's trial, I wonder if we're going to go back to like, if that was the Black Death or like a witch trials kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Well, I wonder, because we haven't seen any of the witch hunters, I guess we'll call them, yet, or any of like the flying around stuff. So I'm very excited to keep going down the road.
Oh, we talked about, when we were watching the trailers, that was in kind of like old castles and stuff. I wonder if that flying around stuff is part of Lilia's trial.
I hope so.
Yeah. I loved Lilia this episode with the zills.
Every time it went back to her, she had a different percussion and like thing.
I think it was just the two. She had
a different accessory.
She had zills than maracas, I thought.
She had zills, she had maracas, she had a triangle at one point.
Oh, did she?
No cowbell? No cowbell, though.
I didn't see a cowbell.
That song was very Rent.
Rent. I see that.
No, another time. I was like, oh, wow, here we go. But, so are we going to be happy if every episode's musical part of being this musical show is just a different version of The Witch's Road?
Only if in the like Renaissance era that we get Lilia's, it's an opera.
Oh,
it's an opera. I want it to be an opera.
That'd be
that
fun.
sounds fun.
Like solid Italian opera.
I think it would be fine as long as they're different enough. Because this version of The Witch's Road not only was different musically, but it was different lyrically. So it was almost, even though they're both versions of the ballad, they're very different.
Yeah, when they were saying like it's it's the most famous version of the ballad, and like it's a version of the ballad, I was thinking like, oh, it's like a rock cover.
I was too.
The ballad, but then it's like, no, it's different lyrics entirely. I'm like, how does that function the same at all? Then
it makes sense from like a, I don't know, verbal storytelling and songwriting over years. Like a lot of times, like a song would change and stuff. And I guess in like that sort of,
songs do, but spells are very particular.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not in this universe.
It's all hand wavy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
May she be smart and not annoying.
I loved that. And
not super political.
And what she was like, and not unattractive or whatever. I was like,
yeah,
okay. Well, we all got standards.
It was rude.
Rude. Like, what if she's the best and is a little on the unattractive side? Like, come
Very practical magic. Did you guys ever see that movie?
Mm-mm.
To make the perfect man, they walk around it and they say things like that. Like, I want him to be kind, and I want him to have one green eye, and I want him to have one blue eye, and his symbol will be a star. And it's just like things like that.
I remember that. Especially the one green and one blue eye.
Yeah. And then they're like, Adrian Quinn. I'd be like, no, that's not what I meant. But that was fine. It was fine.
It's that guy.
One thing about it, you were saying the spells are particular, but the thing is, this was a different spell. This was a protection spell,
right?
To keep the so the fact that they changed it drastically, and it's a version of the ballad because it has elements, but it is a completely different spell. So it makes sense that the spell would be that much different.
Well, like when they were saying that, it was a version of the road or a version of the ballad, and like, was she trying to get to the road? And like, her fans were her coven, like that line especially, like her fans were her coven. I was
Stevie
like,
Nicks.
Is she just trying to like open a door to the road like on stage and just like have thousands of people go to the Witch's Road? That would be a bad idea, probably.
It's probably like, like religion, when they say when you pray on something, if you're having your coven all doing the same protection spell over and over again, like, I can't think of anything that would be more powerful.
Right, yeah.
And so, like, when they were going through all of that, I was like, she's trying to open the door, but then they started singing the song. I was like, and that's not going to work because it's different lyrics. But then, like, if it's a protection spell, then absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
that's how that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we were talking about Lilia. There was that moment where she took a moment to just look at that window look at that. I guess it was like some sort of painting or stained glass.
It's witches throughout history.
Yeah, it was different ways that witches have been killed.
I was like, you guys aren't in a good place.
This is not a good place to be.
I see fire, I see drowning, I see hanging.
And stones. Like, no, it's time to go. Time to go.
I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to mention it.
Yeah,
characters don't tell other characters what's going on.
Right, and everybody's looking at walls, and nobody's saying anything about what they're seeing. Like,
this is a bad escape room team.
Right, this is a bad escape room team. It's what,
you got to talk. You got to talk it out.
You have to call out things. Yeah, you have to call out things that you see so that you can have those clues going.
Mm-hmm.
The clues, Jeff.
Yeah, you got to get the clues all over you.
Just for the video listeners, video watchers. Okay, so another thing, have we talked about the line "she's a tourist" yet?
A little bit.
Yeah,
I think that was right before we launched into that. Like, she's deaf.
Yeah, exactly. So if she's a tourist, yeah, that's right. We did, because I was saying like that seems to me like she's not a human. And then just the way she's acting seems like she doesn't seem to
passing through, or maybe the multiverse, or who knows what she's torn through. We have so many damn options. Thanks, Marvel.
Yeah. Well, that and like this is supposed to be a new character for the show, like not just somebody pulled straight out of comics. So like, who are they taking inspiration from to make this character?
Yeah.
True.
Who could it be?
Who could
Mephisto
be now?
I love that we've got this new mystery. We're talking all about Rio. We haven't really talked about the teen much. So they say that the sigil is destroyed when it is no longer needed. So I'm assuming that'll happen this season some point.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Well, they were laying it on thick again when he was having, like, Agatha's all worried about him. They're having the conversation when she's like, no, I didn't do that. Or if I did, I wouldn't know. And you're like, oh my God. They're either like, it's one or the other. And I don't know which one it is. But then we have our little reveal at the end. So I don't know.
That boy is not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
like,
could mean
back on the Wiccan train.
well, look, it could mean that boy is not yours, as in that boy is not your son, or it might mean that boy is not yours, as in you gave it away. It is ours now. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So it could mean either thing.
His new mother. Well, that's why it's like, I don't know, saying that she gave the son away for the book, it doesn't mean that he died. I never thought that meant that he died. Like, she sacrificed, like, you know, the Mephisto demon's taking kids up, like, you know.
Souls are taken away.
You know what I mean?
By Mephisto.
Yeah, but he's like, my little boy is going to be my little apprentice, I'm sure. I don't know from the comics, but I would assume you don't throw anything that powerful away.
Nah.
Right.
Why would you? How could you? So, like, it could be that that boy's not yours. Could be like, no, that's not the kid that you gave up, which seems a little too obvious, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
It could be that boy's not yours anymore because you gave him up.
Yeah.
And it could be that's not your son. Quit trying to make him a surrogate. Like, quit trying to replace your son with him.
I don't know.
Or you can't sacrifice him at the end to get the book because it's already gone.
He's not yours to give away. You can't sacrifice him. Well, and
well, is this how we bring the Darkhold back?
Agatha held up the one. Agatha's not here now. Sorry,
Red Rum.
She held up the one finger to say that like only one other witch escaped the road with her.
Liar.
Yeah.
So
if she was ever on the road.
If she ever went on the road.
If she was ever on the road.
And I thought she meant herself.
Yes, yeah. I thought that was confusing too. She says how many other witches made it.
Okay.
Yeah, but she says one. How many witches made it with you or something like that? And she says
how many made it out with you?
Yeah, but that one.
There was a hesitation there. She was like,
She at first held up the fist and was like, 0? Is it 0?
She was actually holding it up so Tony Stark behind them could see that he was on the right timeline.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
You just meant to wait a minute, Tony.
Just hang on.
Yeah, 1 second.
What if that one other witch though was Rio?
That would,
Could be.
I'm like, okay, maybe they're making this just as easy as possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want
maybe
more
we're
mystery.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. We absolutely could be. But that's the thing is like, well, even if she's a witch, it could be that like it's still her job to serve bodies to whatever, like serve up the dead to her master or something. Like even if she's a witch, she could be like still be serving the same function that we've been talking about.
Sure.
I don't know. Okay, let's see what these people are saying in the chat. Mary Tieco says, before I forget this theory, but I think rather than Agatha sacrificing her own son, it was Rio. Then Agatha took the Darkhold from her for sacrificing her child, if that makes sense.
I don't know, because Rio said that she did something that she had to do because it was her job, and it hurt this person that she loved.
Which I think she could have been her child.
I guess it would make Agatha as evil as I want her to be, if she would still even be like, hey, to this person who that's one of those like non-forgivables, I feel like.
Yeah, or it could have been their child, if they had they could have been a family with a child in it and one of them gave it up. Yeah, it's dark. Real dark. Courtney O'Brien says, Rio's got an interesting job there. Yes, indeed.
What is her job?
Chaos.
Yeah.
Just being chaos.
Yeah, what's the D&D thing? She's like, what? Neutral chaos? Not neutral chaos.
True neutral? Chaotic neutral?
That's
chaotic
probably
evil?
Yeah.
TV and Movie Guy says, the other witches have specific skill sets. What is Agatha's specialty? What trial would be set for her? It's a good question. I actually don't know.
Yeah, because there's
She's
supposed to be
witch.
divine, earth. What is potions supposed to be? I guess that's water?
No, it's fire, water, heart.
No, that's Captain Planet.
Sorry.
He's a hero. Take pollution down to zero. Well, look, we're having our own musical episode, I feel like, this time.
That's right. I feel, yeah, me too.
Quietly, tiredly humming songs.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, we do. Help us out. What are the phases or whatever? We got fire, potions.
Earth, air, fire, water.
I mean, that's pretty much it, right?
And then the heart thing is them just making something up, so that's fine.
Well, okay, so like the Witch's Road ballad, like if we look up like lyrics to that,
they've just been telling us all the answers are in the song.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they've been over and over, just like the answers are in it. Seekest thou the road to all that's foul and fair, gather sisters fire, water, earth, and air, darkest hour wake thy power, earthly and divine, burn and brew with coven true, and glory shall be thine. And then,
okay, so Agatha's not one of those four things, so she would be like, I don't know, the head coven lady. I don't know.
The madam.
Yeah, the master of the coven. I don't know.
Shit. Verse 2? The end of verse 2? If one be gone, we carry on. Spirit as our guide.
Oh, yeah, you leave him behind. Agatha made that. So she did kind of know that. She's like, oh, no, you only need all of us to get here. Once we get here, everyone for themselves, which is.
Yeah. If you die, it's on you. Bye.
Yeah.
Which probably means they should not have summoned someone else, which is,
you broke the rules.
They messed up.
That is weird because I guess if it dies, or if the witch dies on the trial, because they didn't even get to do the earth trial yet. So does that matter?
Oh, God,
well, that's all the witches thought so. They were like, we need an earth witch. We know an earth witch trial is coming. Yeah. And it took, if it weren't for Jen and her expertise, we wouldn't have made it through that first room. So like, we need an earth witch. And definitely wouldn't have gotten through Alice's room. Alice's room was so personal.
Yeah. And Jen was saying, like, way before they even went into, like, before they started singing the song, we need a green witch. It's arguably the most important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to make the crazy one the most important. Yeah, rock and roll. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
What could go wrong?
Our episode. Yeah.
Chaos.
Jay Scoots in the chat, and our friend Jay Sky St. Clair says, has it been discussed that Agatha told the teen she didn't think he had it in him before winking? If he is Wanda's son, a further evidence that the road is his construct, a la the hex.
So you think she was saying that to teen? That was when they were staying over Kitty's body, right? Not Kitty, but Miss Hart, Sharon.
Sharon. Miss Hart, wrong again.
Who's Sharon?
Sharon Davis.
I didn't hear it that way, Jay Scoots. I heard him, Agatha say, I didn't think she had it in her, not he. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I heard.
I thought that she said, I didn't think you had it in you. Somebody look it up.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think it was she.
She?
I remember.
I thought it was she.
That's
what I wrote down.
I didn't think she had it in her.
That's what I wrote down.
What does that mean?
I really thought it meant like. At first, I thought it was about Hart, like Mrs. Hart, but then, but then I was like, but she didn't have it in her. She didn't make it. You know,
she had 2 glasses in her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And only one potion.
I did like the finger pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose fault was that, Potion Master?
Waterfall Angel says the line was, I don't think you had it in you. Or yeah.
I didn't think you had it in you.
Was it don't?
I think it's didn't. I'm pretty sure that's didn't. Okay, so either way,
Sorry,
like, I don't know who she was actually. If it's you, then I don't know who she was talking to. It could be any of the characters. And I didn't think she was talking to someone. I thought she was saying it sort of like to herself.
Rio killed her, and she was like, "Wow." Well, I guess she would know that she had.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought it was about Rio. At first, I thought it was about Miss Hart, and then I was thinking, "Oh no, it's Rio needing them to conjure her."
I think I saw in the recap also that Sharon was getting like sucked into the ground when the thing happened with Teen, where they all saw that he was bewitched or whatever. I think she was like doing her running around because they were still in the woods when that happened. In my head, I thought that happened at the house.
I thought it happened in the house too.
No, in the beginning, it showed them like kind of in the woods, and I was like, "Oh."
When they saw the sigil,
yeah,
they were on the road.
Okay, so that makes because she was probably off yonder.
Yeah, she was wandering back.
Gotcha.
Trying to get away.
She was off trying to get away. So Courtney O'Brien says, "I think the teen's boyfriend put the sigil on him." That's
was possible. He a witch too?
We don't know.
I can't remember. I remember him from the first. Okay.
They just showed his picture.
We only ever saw a picture.
Okay, I was like, I feel like I've seen him.
I went back and looked. The line was Agatha was looking down, and it like they cut to make it look like she was looking at Sharon, at Sharon's body, and she's looking down like at or past camera and says, "I didn't think you had it in you."
So it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you had it in you.
So yeah.
Stop gaslighting me, everybody.
You think it was to you?
Yeah, it was specifically at Ashley Coffin. She said, "I didn't think you had it in you, Ashley Coffin."
I did technically kind of kill her. I put that curse on her 2 weeks ago, and then it happened.
You did.
I'm not using my power for, I'm not for good, obviously, but not where it needs to go. These little things.
Not for neutrality. Yeah. I got to use my power for neutrality.
Not talk about it on air. I got some spell casting to do when we get off here. I got some power.
Oh, yeah.
All that moon water, you didn't think you had it. Yep. It's that time of year. Interesting note, looking at the lyrics of the Witch's Road ballad, verse 2 says, "I stray not from the path, I hold death's hand in mine."
Ooh.
Oh, so if you go off and it grabs your hands.
Or Rio.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I stray not from the path, I hold death's hand in mine. Like,
yeah.
I walk the path with death.
Yeah, I think so many things are pointing towards Rio being death.
That's fun.
Yeah. Okay, Jay Scoot says, chat was discussing our suspicion that Teen threw himself through the window. That line about being a part of the coven felt forced, and that would be that wound healed awful fast.
I guess he didn't. Did everybody else catch on fire who was being attacked?
Everybody else started smoking, and like they were going to burn, and he got thrown. From the look of it.
Right. That could be because he's not part of the coven or whatever. Maybe he's still trying, but he does say, I guess I'm part of the coven. Now he's trying to ingratiate himself to them. And that is interesting. That would be an unsuspected ending. I would not have expected it until you guys mentioned it now that like we get to the end of the road and he's been the one controlling all of this.
Teen's Mephisto?
Or whoever, yeah.
Mephistine.
I wouldn't like that. I need a, I don't know.
If he's Wanda's son and he has Wanda's powers and he's not even doing it on purpose, this is just a manifestation that he's made and he's making them walk the road.
Because he's
fun.
He's Wanda's son. He has a sliver of Mephisto's soul in him and with it the power, and he doesn't realize that he's causing these things to happen.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's fun.
If I'm not mistaken, that's kind of how Wiccan came up in comics. Where he didn't realize his power was chaos magic and didn't have a handle on it and was just kind of oopsing reality all around him.
Okay.
Oops.
That's totally possible. Okay, Waterfall Angel says, my theory is Rio walked the road with Agatha, and it turned out she worked for Mephisto, and at the end of the road, she was responsible for taking the kid for the price of the Darkhold. Yeah, I like that. I really think that, I know you were talking about earlier that maybe it's 2 separate deals. I do think it's one deal, just because I think the backstory would get too complicated if they have to reveal 2 different deals. So I think whatever deal we find out about, I think it's all one big thing that happened.
Agatha's got a whole book just for the deals that she's made. It's just a huge deal journal because she's just making deals left and right. She's like,
she has a lot of souls.
Yeah.
As a witch, you need an accountant who's doing spells receivable and spells.
It's like
spells receivable and spells.
It's the in-between place in Beetlejuice. You just gotta have someone keeping your books.
Mm-hmm. Or I guess souls receivable would probably be better.
No, I like it. Either way, it really works.
Yeah. So what's the other? Receivable and
payable.
Payable, yeah. Souls payable, souls receivable.
It's SP and SR. And it's kind of up in the air if it means spells or souls. Nobody's really sure.
Yeah. I think it's very good.
Books get misfiled all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sometimes a soul comes through and they're like, we really just wanted a spell, but I guess that'll work. It's fine.
Yeah. Mary Giaco says, I also think Teen lured Agatha down the witch's road for a reason, or whoever put the sigil on him, it was his idea for her to go down there and get her powers back. Interesting. Yeah, totally.
Don't trust kids. That's all I'm getting from this now is don't trust them kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Teenagers are the worst kind of people.
I am just pumped because I feel like there's so many legit theories, and the show has crafted itself. They've crafted this show in a way that, I don't know. It could be reality magic coming from Billy. It could be Mephisto. It could be just the actual Witch's Road and Agatha and Rio were just witches. I don't know, man.
Do we need to get the whiteboard?
Oh, yeah, totally. We definitely do. Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
We're on episode 4 and you haven't brought out the whiteboard?
I'm so sorry. I have been slacking this season.
Yeah, well, hit us up at mcucast@gmail.com with your red string theories. We've got a bunch of them already cooking. But make sure to keep the messages short if you can, because we want to try to read as many as we can. And if you want to join the patreon.com/mcucast, it really helps out the show, and you get a preference when you send your messages through Patreon.
Yeah, even if you don't want to join the Patreon, go ahead and join the Patreon.
Totally.
Yeah. Please. Please.
Please do it.
We need more patrons.
Matt's like, if you want to, join the Patreon. I'm like, do it regardless. You're required.
Yeah. It's the spell. You just put
this
a spell
is a
on all of you.
contract.
Speaking of spells that we all need to manifest, all you listeners of this show, we have a YouTube, and our YouTube is so close to 3,000, and I feel like it would be fitting if us as a crew could hit 3,000 this week. So
it'd be so fun.
Love us 3,000 and go to YouTube.
Close.
YouTube.com/strandedpanda, and then just let's get to 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000. But it would be awesome to hit 3,000 because we mentioned it here on the MCU cast. So
everybody there, hit that like button. Come on, you know the deal. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
If we get to 6,000, then it's like you love us 3,000 twice.
That's right.
We just have to do multiples of 3,000. That's every
That's
campaign.
fair.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's asking too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on your grandma's YouTube and hit like. It's so easy. It's so free.
Just any computer you find, go
Anything
to YouTube,
that you
and
find,
whoever
go to YouTube.
was last logged in, subscribe with them.
I love all this energy, but also subscribe on your YouTube because that's your algorithm.
Well, yeah, do that one first.
They've already done that. Yeah, I'm talking when you're done. Everybody's dogs have Instagrams, like our account. You know what I mean?
If somebody walks away from their work computer and they leave it unlocked, go ahead and subscribe.
Go ahead and do it, yeah.
With their account on YouTube.
This isn't a Jeff to Jeff transfer. This is easier.
It doesn't actually help us much if a bunch of people that aren't interested in our content see our content and ignore it.
You're just asking for subscriptions, Matt. You didn't tell me
too in the weeds
any
here.
rules.
We are just at the like.
It's a numbers game. Let's go.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, I guess that's about it. You guys got anything you want to tell the people about?
Check out Bill and Ashley's Terror Theater. Check out Bingers. Check out Pandavision. I'm just keeping it short.
Always watching, yeah.
Always watching.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. It used to be
always
called
watching Pandas.
Always watching's really hitting its stride. We got a lot of people watching since we covered those 3 shows in June and July. It was a lot of fun. And a lot of people came over and joined us. And now we're covering the Penguin, and a lot of those people stuck around. So thanks for joining us over there, guys, on Always Watching. Yeah.
Also upcoming, I'm going to be guesting on Animation Deliberation for Legend of Vox Machina, as that's coming out, because that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Awesome. So definitely check out Animation Deliberation. Jeff will be over there. And if you didn't catch it, Jeff was on with us over on Multiverse News last week, too. And we're back this week with another episode that dropped today. So check out Multiverse News, too. And we'll be back on the MCUcast with lots of your feedback next week. MCUcast@gmail.com if you want to send us a message, or send it through the Patreon at patreon.com/MCUcast. And we love you 3000. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Hey, you just listened to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast from Stranded Panda. I really hope you liked it. Let me just say a big thank you to all of our supporters on patreon.com/MCUcast. You are the lifeblood of our little operation here, and a huge thank you to our insanely generous Illuminati tier patrons, Walter Kreisky III, Lieutenant Bongo, and Jazz Viz. You guys are amazing. If you'd like to see our beautiful faces, you can catch a video version of many of our episodes at youtube.com/strandedpanda. Love you 3000, my friends.